And we're live. Hey everybody, it is Sunday. It is Sunday night. It is Atop the Fourth Wall plays Fallout New Vegas. We're a little understaffed today. We only have Zen with us this evening.
Hello everybody, I am your Sergeant Bun Bun / Ghost Bunny, and I am here to make sure you all behave. So behave, otherwise my cats will come through the screen. Much like a movie that was promoted earlier.
Yes, so lots of stuff happening this week, especially we need to, our very first thing we need to announce, especially for anyone who may have forgotten, tonight is the last night to vote for Event Comics Month 4 for all patrons. So go in there, get your last minute votes. You never know, it might swing things one way or another. 7 Seraphim 7, last time on the adventures of Jorji LaForgie, Jorji brought a chainsaw to a howitzer fight, then brought a nuclear hand grenade to a melee battle. Good times.
It was a fun time. Fun times.
Yeah, so we also finally announced what I'm doing for October for the next 3 years. We're doing we're doing some manga based off of the Ring franchise. I've been looking forward to that for a while, especially people could have probably guessed that, because for the last year, I have been live tweeting my watching of every single Ring and Grudge movie out there. TYMCA will keep an eye out for your super chat. Who's in the lead currently? I'm not going to say. I prefer to keep it a secret. I will say, one of them is one I wanted to do, and like 2 of them are ones I didn't want to do. But this is a democracy. You know, you guys made your choices.
It's a mystery.
Zero Armor, hi everyone, it's my birthday today. I'm turning 50 and getting Pfizer, yay! Congratulations on both your birthday and the Pfizer vaccine. So yeah,
Happy
congrats.
Birthday.
Hope you're having a good day. I mean, obviously your arm's going to be in pain for a while.
Happy birthday from the Bun Squad.
Danny Fenlon, are there any of the comics in the polls you're excited for? One of them, only one of them that is currently winning am I looking forward to. But I will say that some of the votes are very close. Like we've been getting, just like, especially with some of them, they've been slowly trickling in and just building up. There is one clear winner, I will say. Every time we do Event Comics Month, there is always one clear winner that everybody wants me to do. I think the first time it was Crisis on Infinite Earths, second time was Infinite Crisis, third time was Heroes in Crisis. This one is not a crisis, but there is one that people really, really wanted me to cover this year. TYMCA, welcome to another episode of Wasteland Chainsaw Massacre.
Wasteland Chainsaw Massacre is the best Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel.
Wasteland Chainsaw Massacre is my new metal band.
Instead of steam-powered giraffe, it's Wasteland Chainsaw Massacre.
Alright, so yeah, this is your last chance to vote for Event Comics Month 4, so do what you can for it. There are no appeals, there are no differences of opinion about how this goes. You guys vote for it. This is direct democracy. We don't have the crappy US system where we have like, for those who don't live in the United States, our voting system is weird. It's not a direct democracy. We like various sections pick representative, pick who they want, and then the counties, depending on how they have been split up. The word is suddenly evading me. I shouldn't be talking politics, but basically, America's voting system is dumb, and here at Atop the Fourth Wall, we have direct voting. There is no refusing to certify the results. The only time I've ever gone against people's votes for anything was the name for the Vigilant for the scout ship in Comicron 1. Or no, sorry, the ship. Comicron 1 was originally the winner was Vigilant for that, and Comicron 1 was second place, and I liked Comicron 1 better. So I decided, screw it, I'm going with that against the people's wishes, and people were mad at me for that. But I threw him a bone, and that's why the Vigilant is named the way it is.
Before we continue, I do want to say the spoiler issues are still in effect. No Shang-Chi spoilers, no What If spoilers, and no Linkara has not seen any of Dino Fury. No spoilers for that, because
I already got spoiled on something big, unfortunately. Not by a fan, actually. This was a friend of mine who accidentally retweeted it, not realizing that some people don't pay attention to it. So, sadly, I know one big thing that's coming up.
Yeah, I do too, unfortunately, but it'll be a while. Anyway, Cameron Tive. Lewis, after your last storyline bit, I really need to get this off my chest. Are we really supposed to believe that Linkara underestimated Bandit Keith simply because his last opponent was a sorceress?
Yeah, he really expected that like a mercenary guy is not going to be able to handle, someone who was as powerful as Impera. Because remember, Impera pulled some cool, sorceress tricks on Linkara that screwed with his head. He didn't think the Bandit Chief would be able to handle that. Now, here's the thing. This is another one of those cases where, because the Contest of Champions has stretched out farther than it should have, we've had to cut a bunch of stuff. What was supposed to happen after the wrestling match was that we were going to have a talk between Linkara and the Blue Knight of Titan, where Impera would end up calling in the middle of their conversation, and talk and basically say, hey, I'm up against the Bandit Chief next. Can I use your house for my fight? Because it's unfamiliar territory for him, and I think I can really take advantage of that. And Linkara was all on board with that, because, hey, take out the Bandit Chief. I've already fought you before. I trust you. I trust I can take you on as well. And then we were supposed to actually have an episode where we would have the fight with the Bandit Chief and Impera, where she would try to use magics on him, and he would reveal that he has this cool ancient relic that basically nullified her powers, and he's able to kick her ass. Basically to show off that the Bandit Chief has the ability to do that. Basically keep raising the threat that this guy poses. And yeah, that didn't end up happening because Julie moved away, so she can't be here for that anymore. And Will was, and I was like, okay, we still need to do stuff with Blue Knight of Titan, so we'll still bring Will in, and we'll just say that the fight happened off screen. Will is incredibly busy. He actually goes to school for business, so he's been incredibly busy with that, and has had zero free time. Melissa and I already filmed the stuff with Sphinx Yonder for the little thing we had there, the conversation there, so I was just waiting to get Will over here to film the Blue Knight of Titan stuff, but he wasn't available. He's not going to be available for months, unfortunately. So I tacked on that thing at the end talking to Linksano. That wasn't originally going to be part of the conversation, but it happened. So anyway, yeah, the Contest of Champions stretching out as long as it has screwed over a lot of plans and forced me to condense stuff down to make this more difficult. Anyway, you get caught up on Super Chats while I finally start the game up.
T. William CA, just promise no recounts for event month.
There will not be any official recounts. I'm going to confirm, because some of the votes are very close. I am going to recount them, those votes personally, to see if I missed anything. And just in case I miscounted. But otherwise, it's pretty, otherwise we're pretty, I'm pretty certain of the results because I'm usually good about it, but yeah.
Gorn ZX, I have been spending the whole week playing Final Fantasy XIV, and despite the slow start, the game is really fun to play, and I quickly got my Lancer upgraded to a Dragoon. Well, if you like Final Fantasy XIV, Gorn ZX, you can join the Bun Squad free company. Just find me in-game or message me for a friend invite, and you too can be part of the Bun Squad. SKHS Video Productions, your voice, your choice. Register to vote today. Sound like I'm making Captain America promos. GRK Pectus, I'm a huge fan of Dresden. Loved your review. It's so weird seeing how much the character has changed since then.
That's actually, and this is actually
It-
going to be more of Zen's department in that regard, because while my only experience is with that comic, Zen, you actually listened to the audiobook of Dresden Files after that review, didn't you?
Yeah, I was so enamored by the world that I actually went and I listened to the entire audiobook. And I decided that on Thursday nights over on my stream, we're going to be doing live book readings because people wanted me to read Dresden. And I'm like, okay. But I'm a huge fan of the Dresden Files Book 1. No spoilers, but I do know that Dresden changes over time. And this is the start of his character arc. And the world is just really interesting to me. Danny Fenlon, speaking of the Vigilant, can we get a hint of what the other variant ships look like?
You're gonna see one of the variant ships very soon in the next storyline segment, assuming it comes out before Halloween. Unfortunately, GSR did say that the special effects for this probably are not going to be done in time. So unfortunately, we are probably going to have a case of me doing round 4 before we do round 3. And we're just going to have a disclaimer at the beginning saying, hey, sorry, this is out of order because the effects weren't done yet. And I've been wanting to do this damn Halloween storyline for 3 years.
7 Seraphim 7, remember, paint Vigilant red, the red ones go faster. Dragon Fan 209, Arstotzka, volts count except when he does it.
The new Arstotzka voting only counts so far as we let you, as it gives us information about who you voted for and who we should be keeping an eye on.
Not a super chat, but Classic Watcher, I like this. Life has altered the plans. Pray they don't alter them any further.
Right,
Jedi Protector.
Just to interrupt you there, we are, we've obviously. Unfortunately, the lock picking that we were going to be doing, we're not a high enough skill yet. Let me see, how close are we to leveling up? We need like 2,500 experience points to level up. So I think I'm going to find another quest to do real quick. I'm going to hopefully only do an hour and a half tonight, but we will see. Speak to Elder McNamara in the command room. You know what? Yeah, let's go talk to the Brother to Steel, see how stupid they're being.
Jedi Protector, remember, magic users, magic is only as good as your physical prowess. Make sure your body is ready for the strain of both might and magic, and that is very true. Fruity Groovy, I'm looking for your super chat. There it is. Fruity Groovy, you think you'll ever film that Blue Knight scene as a short, a sort of flashback sequence? Also think you'll be caught up enough to do a PO unboxing, or will that probably be another month or two?
I'm hoping to do another PO unboxing very soon because we have collected quite a bit of stuff. Plus, I need to go through them anyway because certain long box comics I've ordered and I haven't actually grabbed yet. But I can't give any guarantees of when it will be. Just hopefully, fingers crossed, in September.
And any thoughts on filming the Blue Knight of Titan later? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to rework some of it into something else because I want to set up more with the Blue Knight of Titan and not have him only be in like one appearance beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Adam J. Roman, hey Linkara, the phrase "Hey guys, want to see my chainsaw?" should be on a shirt. Maybe. What do you think?
The problem is it would tend to be ripping off a Simpsons quote in the episode Cape Fear. When Homer suddenly comes in to a terrified Bart wearing a hockey mask and holding a chainsaw very quickly, like, Bart, you want to see my new chainsaw and hockey mask?
Chris Sanderson, so we're already on round 3, and I'm still not sure where everyone else stands in round 2. Did Chris Soulsword make it?
He did not. I've posted the official listing up. Part of this is that I wasn't expecting people to be this invested in some of the other fighters, so I never wrote news segments to list off some of the current listings. Maybe I'll add in like an actual official end of video thing that actually lists off where the standings are, because we did record like a basic one of those with both Farad and I've suddenly forgotten her name, Tamara. Where it was just like generic, here are the current standings of the Contest of Champions that I could put in anywhere. So maybe I'll just we'll quickly throw that together, because right now, if I recall correctly, the current standings are Linkara, Blue Knight of Titan, Pylo, Billy Tor.
My money's on Pylo.
Yep. Billy Tor. Did I list off Blue Knight of Titan?
Yes.
I want to say Impero was part of that round 3 thing, yeah. Destro Galga's gone. Zagros. The Bandit Chief. And
Did
Sphinx
Ace
Yonder. That's
Corgi
8.
make it?
And Linkara versus
Ace-
Sphinx Yonder is next.
Ace Corgi didn't make it? Dang.
Ace Corgi did not get past first round, if I recall correctly.
Attorney at Paw.
Attorney at Paw.
Philip Kelton. I love Deathclaws. I wish they brought back the intelligent ones from Fallout 2. All right. Now, Daniel Brandt. Do you want to see my chainsaw and hockey mask?
Exactly.
Omega X9. And please, guys, give me just a little bit of leeway. There's a lot of super chats. Watching your thing compilation and wondering, would you consider doing a Halloween stream of Carrion?
Of Carrion?
Yeah, Carrion.
Oh, I'm assuming that's a game, actually. It took me a second to think about what that was. I don't know about that. We will be doing some Halloween streams of indie horror games, and I actually have a post-it note here full of indie horror games. Some of them only like quick 15-minute games. Some of them look like they'll be a little longer. So we will try a bunch of those and see what happens. Otherwise, if we are going to do a Halloween stream, it's probably going to be just like a late night spooky stream where I stream episodes and I like provide commentary over them, like an all night stream. Not on Halloween itself, because I spend Halloween itself with my wife giving out candy because we love Halloween, we love trick or treaters, and then watching a horror movie.
Horror movie is always the tradition. Not a super chat, but Goran ZX says, I did try to friend request you Zen, but the game couldn't find you at the time. Probably because I was offline. You gotta wait until I'm online, and you gotta search for Zenith Bun Buns. But we'll see from there.
Quick hold off as we got as we're talking with people. He might be giving us a quest here.
They moved into the quarry after the powder gangers came through and made off with most of our dynamite. We shut the quarry down while we waited for the NCR to get us some more blasting sticks. But now the Deathclaws have shown up. The NCR is a no-show. And my men and I have got nothing to do but sit on our asses all day. It's damn frustrating.
I could take care of your Deathclaw problem.
I don't know what it is about you, but I think you could actually pull it off.
Might be the giant chainsaw you're
bastards,
holding.
But you might be even tougher. Nobody here is any use to you in a fight against Deathclaws, but take these medical supplies. You'll probably need them. To do the job right, you've got to get rid of the pack leaders, the Mother Deathclaw and the Deathclaw Alpha Male.
Nice.
Should run the rest of them off.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take care of some Deathclaws. That should be good for some experience.
Okay, Ferdy Groovy says, it's a shame that Absolute Carnage isn't getting many votes for Event Comics Month, since Venom 2 is coming out, and I would love to hear Lewis's updated opinion on symbiotes.
Yep, sorry about that. Huh, there's no actual quest for it. Was I supposed to ask about...
Poor Snuffles.
Was I supposed to ask about the powder gangers?
Possibly.
Let's try
You
that.
need something?
What is this place?
But the powder gangers... Had a problem with Deathclaws
I
before.
would see them occasionally, but I can't believe... Okay.
Huh, weird. I'll still go in there and see if I can kill some more Deathclaws.
Philip Kelton, why don't you do an episode where the Contest of Champions is being broadcast in a radio channel?
It's a thought. When the wrestling match stretched out for so long because Noel is immunocompromised and we wanted to make sure we were both vaccinated, or at least the pandemic was over before we got to see each other in person again, we did think of a few ideas for how to do it. Like a radio show, I think, was one of the ideas. The thing is, this is a very visual storyline, so I'm trying to, deliver on the goods. It's not a question of doing this thing as it's his own reward. Okay.
Cameron
I'll still
Todd,
kill the Deathclaws anyway because they give good experience, I think. And if not, I just get to kill things with a chainsaw, so it all works out.
Cameron Tives says, do you have any familiarity with the Lego Company toy line Bionicle or any related characters or media? I personally don't.
None of the story-based stuff. I know of Bionicle, and my brother and I collected Bionicle, but mostly because we were using the parts of Bionicle to try to build Lego mechs.
SKHS Video Productions, have you seen the Wharf Rubber Ducky? Quack.
The Wharf Rubber Ducky?
I have not seen this, but okay.
Yeah, this is unknown to me.
Speaks too soon. I got a Power Rangers comic signed by most of the original team. Yesterday at a con, I added Zordon's autograph to it. Also met Felicia Day. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, moving down. Forgive me. I'm searching just in case anyone violates the rules. Dakota Doyle. So Nick Spencer is reversing sins past. What are your thoughts?
I gave my thoughts both last week and in a big Twitter thread. Because of course the way he did it was to make it even more convoluted. And I give him credit for doing it. Like I am happy that Sins Past has been undone. For those who don't know, sorry, spoilers, mute the chat, mute the stream for a second if you don't want to hear this. Basically, it's all an elaborate plan by Harry Osborn to make him to make Norman think that he slept with her, and then he used like Mysterio to create an illusion and the Chameleon to impersonate Mary Jane's therapist to hypnotize her and implant a memory of her talking. Basically, all this convoluted stuff to try to make this thing make sense. Because of course he needed to explain away all the plot holes of it.
You know, they could have just said, I was lying.
Oh, no, the thing is you can't do that because Mary Jane was involved.
I guess.
Yeah, again, he had to make it even more convoluted in order to try to explain away the plot holes. I'm happy he did it, but it's just like, how many of Spidey's villains have these long, elaborate, goofy revenge schemes instead of just frickin' like, you don't even, if you really want to make him suffer, you don't have to shoot him then. Kidnap him and cut off his legs or something. I don't know. Like, there are ways around this than stupid, overly elaborate revenge schemes that involve, like, multiple people.
Emperor Seth, how did Jenny Everywhere do in the Contest of Champions? Great reference.
She has lost at the end of round 2, if I recall correctly. And the reference there, you can thank Fez, Fezworks, who used to run the webcomic Beacon, and he's a friend of mine. He also is the physical body of the Bandit Chief, and one of the ghosts from Halloween's past. And he was the one who when we all got together to figure out all the contestants of the Contest of Champions, he was the one who threw in Jenny Everywhere, and I love the concept of that. So we put her in there.
The Duke, do you still hate multiple continuities, and if so, which movie franchise would you say has the most confusing continuity? For me, it's the Godzilla franchise.
I do still hate multiple continuities, and he said, and the question was like my least or most favorite.
Most confusing continuity.
The most confusing continuity. I want to say Transformers because they've had multiple multiversal crossover stuff, but I'm only tangentially familiar with that. And I'm fearful now of me getting sick of multiverse stuff actually, because a lot of franchises have realized the potential of having their various properties cross over and do stuff now. So I'm worried that multiverse stuff is actually going to get kind of boring because everybody's doing it now. Hopefully not. I'm enjoying it for now, but like I worry.
I have made it fun again by doing this thing where completely unrelated movies are now in a universe. So Inside Out, Get Out are part of the Outverse. Whereas Clue and Get a Clue and Clueless are part of the Clueverse. So it makes it fun.
Sorry, but Clue is actually part of Hasbro's shared universe. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
I love. Oh yeah, Knives Out is also part of the Outverse. Knives Out, Get Out, and Inside Out, part of the same universe. Damn it.
I dig it. I dig Knives Out as part of that universe.
Danny Fenlon, would you stream the Thing game you mentioned in the Thing reviews?
No, I will not, because that game is terrible. It's basically a Half-Life ripoff.
You like that? Deathclaws and Deathclaws accessories. A lot of people are making Hank Hill references. I'm like, that's my purse. I don't know you.
Yoink, dynamite. I'm just gonna take all the dynamite.
Gornziak, Zen, I was wondering if is your Final Fantasy 14 character going to be sticking to being a white mage, or are you going to be switching different jobs? I'm going to stick to white mage, but I'm going to level every single job as much as I can, because I am a Zenpletionist. Omega X9, by any chance have you been reading the new Power Rangers comics? I want to know your opinion on Zordon doing what Mentor G did that really made you mad in the Samurai review.
Sorry, I have not really read that much of the Boom Studios Power Rangers comics. I've only read Shattered Grid, which of course is good, but yeah, I have not. I know nothing else about what's going on in those books. And hello, I think we found the Powder Gangers base. And I was just looking for Deathclaws.
Let's see, 7 Seraphim 7. For some quick, easy quest and XP, you can go to McCarran Airport and grab the 3-card bounty super chat quest. It's just a quick series of going and killing evil fiends.
Cool, I'll go take care of that after I clear out this correctional facility. Come on, guys, let's do some corrections.
They're warning you that the Deathclaw leaders are powerful too.
They're what?
The Deathclaw leaders are very powerful, they say. Also, not a super chat. Sounds like a really crappy plan, but okay. My plan is great.
So, like, did the prisoners take over this place? Because... yeah, look like Powder Gangers took over.
I'm looking forward to Knives Out 2 as well. I just hope it doesn't stay in Netflix jail, because I like to own my movies. And having both of the sequels only on Netflix, like, they don't do releases that often, so I hope that eventually gets released.
Oh no, I have infamy among the Powder Gangers. Let's see, find some more corpses, because I think one of these guys probably has a key.
And we're caught up. And, yeah, Danny Fenlon is right. I would say this. That's right. I'm your white mage. Nobody fucks with the white mage.
See, you quote that, and then right afterwards, Frieza killed the white mage.
Yeah, but like, everyone needs a white mage. Okay, I'm gonna get to the super chat in a second, but guys, as a white mage, I have had some really great experiences. You always get in dungeons super easily. I love being a white mage. I will always be a healer.
I feel like the chainsaw should cut through this.
It should. But what's up with tanks in Final Fantasy XIV lately? I have so many tanks try to pull entire rooms and entire dungeons and then say, oh, you were doing so well. Are you new, mate? Like, excuse me, you ran out of my line of sight, and when I try to get closer, I get killed. You're the one pulling, like, 50 enemies. How am I supposed to keep up with that, even with regen? Tanks. Do not.
Those chunks of bloody meat should be the key.
Tanks don't put all the bearing on your healer.
I'll look at the chunks of bloody meat, but if I can't find the key, we'll go to where people were suggesting I go to. I can't remember where that was.
Dakota Doyle. So, Zenith, did you see the Endwalker job actions trailer? I did not, because I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised with Endwalker, because I haven't gotten past Heavensward yet. And so I'm mostly just working on getting, like, Leave Quests and the Platinum Trophy for Final Fantasy XIV done. But, like, we're gonna get Zen.
Whoops.
Those tanks probably here. Leroy Jenkins 24/7. Tanks, but no tanks.
I think I might have killed someone by accident.
Whoops. Tanks for nothing. The worst part is that, like, the tanks always blame you for not being able to keep up with their pulls, and I'm just like, I shouldn't have to keep up with your pulls if you're pulling the entire dungeon. That's not what... I can't be aggro for you, and that's not how it works.
So much dynamite.
But it wasn't an accident. But yeah, it's been kind of annoying lately because I've had really good experiences in dungeons, and then I get these super, like, play the game every single day people. And I play the game, like, almost every day, but these people are just like, are you new, my dude? And I'm like, 1, not a dude. 2, I'm new to this dungeon, so can you not? And I'm like, guys, like, what the hell? But back to super chats. Lone Wolf, I know nothing about the Ring franchise.
You keep going. We'll finish that up, then I'll read this off.
I know nothing about the Ring franchise outside of pop culture references to the franchise. Looking forward to learning about it.
Yep, I'm going to try to give as much info as I can, because, man, when I first walked into doing Ring stuff, I did not realize the franchise was as freaking huge as it is. There's like 10 or 12 movies combined among both Japan and America, plus Chinese ripoff movies, plus the Korean remake. The Ring has a lot.
Is that the one with the 7 days meme?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me more about what happened in the prison.
I understand that Cook was behind it all. I kept my head down the whole time. Didn't want any part of it. I stuck around, figuring the NCR would show up and put things back the way they were. No sense in making myself look guilty, right?
What'd you do before you ended up incarcerated?
I was a sheriff, believe it or not, for a small town far to the west of here. Short version is that sometimes justice is a little slow. I helped speed it up one too many times. I'm not sorry for anything I did, but I will do the time. Fair enough trade if you ask me.
Who's Cook?
Some kind of anti-NCR rebel. Some people just don't like being pushed around and told what to do.
Where can I find this Cook?
He went north with some of the other guys. Didn't say where. Didn't say why. All I know is he's got some kind of score to settle with the NCR.
Why are you still here?
I'm not quite sure the kind of greeting NCR troopers will give an escaped con like myself. Figure it's better to stay put for now.
Well, sorry about the smell. Who's in charge of the powder gangers?
Right now, Eddie and his boys run the place. They've got the guns and the dynamite, so they call the shots.
Goodbye.
Watch your...
Anyway, yeah, if someone was asking, there's like 10 Ring movies. So I'm going to think about this a second. Ring Kanzenban, which was the TV movie. Ringu. Rasen. Ringu 2. What's next after that? Then we got Korean Ringu. That's 5. We got American Ring and American Ring 2. Then Rings. Then Sadako versus Kayako. We were up to 9 here. Sadako 3D. Sadako 3D 2. And then Sadako, and then Sadako 2019, and then Bunshin Saba versus Sadako, and then Bunshin Saba versus Sadako 2. There is apparently a third Bunshin Saba versus Sadako, but like it was apparently released last year, and I know nothing about it beyond the fact that it apparently was finished and released. So yeah, about 15 movies if we count the Chinese ripoff ones. If we don't count those ones, it's only 12 official ones.
Yeah. And someone mentioned this, it's common in Final Fantasy XIV to pull wall to wall. And I'm fine with that if you talk to me, if you ask if I'm okay for it. And most tanks have just been like, are you okay with these pulls? Are you doing good? If I'm struggling, they will pull back. But this guy was like, all right, I'm pulling to the wall. And then just goes. Leroy Jenkins. And I'm like, I didn't even have a chance to type. I know a lot of people play this on PC, but I don't.
He disintegrated before the dynamite could reach him.
Oh god. But yeah, like the good tanks will let me go at my own pace. And half the time I'm listening to a podcast while I'm going through the dungeon. If I've done a dungeon first, though, and it says one or more of your party members is doing this dungeon for the first time, you have to allow them time to get used to the dungeon because the bosses are different. Hell, I had issues with the Stone Vigil because some of those bosses had effects that I had no idea how to get how to block. Like I didn't know that there was one that you had to stand behind to avoid this effect, and nobody told me. And that's something tanks need to do because they're the ones who actually set the pace for the dungeon. All I'm just saying is, tanks, slow down, let me map the dungeon, please. That's all I ask. T. William CA, what do you think about BBC trying to get Babylon 5 creator to become the showrunner for Doctor Who?
Man, if they could get JMS to be the showrunner of Doctor Who, I would be all on board with that. I don't know if the BBC wants that. I think it was just JMS expressed an interest in doing it, but I don't. They usually prefer to only hire British people to work on it.
Jeremy Adler, given there is a late night double feature in October, we'll be seeing the relationship between Clive and Moarte and how they act around each other.
I actually have written up a conversation between Linkara, Moarte, and Clive. I don't know if I'm actually going to film it because I don't know if it's like there's a good spot for it, but I might do that. We will see.
I'm just curious how they interact with other people, because we barely see Moarte interact with other people, and I get why that is because of the makeup. But I want to see how Clive interacts with some of the rest of them, and seeing that ending of the latest late night double feature was like, yes.
The thing to remember is that Clive is not actually it just rents out a space to do his show.
Danny Fellman, would you want to see Grant Morrison on Who?
I did see Grant Morrison. I mean, Grant Morrison has written Doctor Who comics and stories before, so I'd be totally on board with him writing an episode.
And we're caught up again.
Nice.
Yay. I am GSR for the evening. All hail Serpent Sergeant Second Class Ghost Bun Buns.
Is that what we're calling you?
Yes, because the class is based on Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, Serpent Sergeant, Second Class, Ghost, Zenith Bun Buns. Quick, use your dynamite.
Still here?
Jeremy Adler asks, Ghost? Well, yeah, because I'm a Ghost Bun Bun because I keep working even though I've already died. We have established this. Zenith at some point just died, but still kept working and hasn't realized it yet.
Where did this guy go to? I blew him up and then he just disappeared.
Prince of the Fat 2, Spawn versus Doomslayer, who'd win?
Doomslayer.
It's okay, Alex. You don't have to remember the full title. Just know that I have rank.
She's pulling rank and she's going to use it.
I will pull rank. I rarely pull rank, but right now I outrank Crimson.
Wait a second, are they throwing explosives at us? That's not fair.
Yeah, Clockwork Soul has it right. We were joking about this. Basically, I am an Among Us astronaut, and I just keep working. Ooh, Spectre Zenith Bun Bun. Yes, Danny Fenlon, you win a cookie. Spectre instead of Ghost. Drakenmensch Silverflare Clive. Moarte, my man. The only reason I rent here is because the basement under the Hardys wanted too much money. I can't do a Clive accent.
Basically, you just got to do a Troy McClure impression. My God, you haven't reached Troy McClure in The Simpsons yet, have you?
Not yet.
Wow. Forgot.
How do I
I'm
not
Troy
realize
McClure.
I'm a ghost?
You might remember me from such educational films as Poison, Tasty but Deadly. And here comes the metric system.
To answer your question, guys, you can. A lot of times when people die, they have regrets or they die in a traumatic way. They don't realize that they're a ghost. If you've ever seen Beetlejuice, they didn't realize they were ghosts for the first half of the movie. That's part of it. It's the trauma. So I don't realize I'm a ghost. Spectre, Zenith, Bun Buns. That's how it's going. SKHS Video Production. Still can't wait for Zen to watch for more Owl House. I will. I've just been recording non-stop this week. I've been streaming and recording for new videos, and almost done with Edge of Destruction recording. I've been very busy, which is why I'm a ghost now. Let's see. Goran ZX. I assume most of the Ring comics are going to be reviewing our mangas, which is why I thought you might not be doing the franchise due to you not breaking your 15 comics you're not going to review.
Yep, I explained in the first episode what the deal is. More or less, the problem is it's a Japanese franchise, so I have to cut. So there are no American Ring comics except for like translated manga. So I got to work with what I got.
Not a super chat. Emperor Seth, you don't want to be a Spectre, Zen. The Mass Effect console will keep on hassling you. Yeah, they kind of suck. ZachFet92, just gonna find it. I'm surprised you're doing event comics so early next year. You're planning to do something Star Wars related too?
No, it's just I can't. I think it's because the 700th episode is in the summer, so I decided I didn't want to do a bunch of big episodes all at once. So I split off, Event Comics Month, do it earlier in the year because I'll get those done with. Then the 700th episode can be the big thing for the summer.
Prince of the Fat 2, explain why, I guess in reference to the previous super chat. It does help if you explain yourself in your super chat, Prince of the Fat. Let's see. Danny Fenlon, so 6 cents?
Not sure what that's in reference to.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Busy Bunny, yes, I'm very busy bunny. Spectre, Zenith, Buns, just make her sound like she belongs to the Mass Effect universe. That is true. I've only seen one episode of Owl House. I'm going to watch more tonight as soon as I finish recording the Edge of Destruction Zenhu, because I have only 3.5 pages left to record for that, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with how this episode's coming out. So we have 2 videos in the whole pretty much, and I can't wait to actually get that done. Now, I'm going to celebrate with Owl House, but I've only seen 1 episode, and the best thing about it is I couldn't stop laughing when Luce put up her hood and just I'm like, that is so me. I love it. I love Luce. Must protect. Spectre Bun, Prince of the Fat 2.
Just to interrupt you there. Chat, where was it you were saying I should go to get like some quick tasks to kill things and get some experience points? You can continue on while I'll wait for the chat to come in and tell me where to go again.
Prince of the Fat 2, who's faster, Sonic or the Flash?
I think we've talked about this before, how we can't really determine that because Flash is fastest man alive, but Sonic is supposed to be the fastest thing alive.
Yeah, and they're 2 different categories, so I don't think they would race against each other.
Can't McCarran the airport, okay.
Not a super chat, but I can't believe Zen is dead. Sometimes I think I can still hear her voice. I'm haunting you. No, wait. Vegeta, I'm haunting you. God damn it, Nappa. Okay, let's see. Jedi Protector. Chainsaw deals all with life's problems. Closed door, easy solution. Taxes, easy solution. Annoying powder gangers, easy solution. Chainsaw is the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Exactly.
All right, and Zen is a buntasm. Yep. ZachFet92.
Take it up with the colonel.
I know you don't care for MLP, but gotta say that those are some of your best reviews.
Drugged out killer. I've got 3 fiends I want dead. I don't give a goddamn how it gets done. That sound like something that interests you?
As a matter of fact, it does.
Good. That's damn good. I figure it's about time we got lucky out here, so maybe you can snuff one of these maniacs. First one calls herself Violet. God knows why. The name is the prettiest thing about her. Spends most of her time with a pack of vicious dogs. Then there's Driver Nafai. He's fast and he's brutal. Killed about a dozen of my men with a goddamn driver iron. Hence his name. And finally, Cook. Rapist, pyromaniac, and damn good shit. Believe the fiends will capture.
Probably he's a rapist and a pyromaniac, but he's a damn good
shit. Bullshit. These aren't your common
Wow.
Wow. Good
this is getting into Borderlands territory.
You go after him.
any of them, you're in for a hell of a fight. So, which one is it gonna be?
I'm going after Cook because that just sounds like someone who needs to die.
One thing I should tell you about Cook. Piece of shit is pure animal. He raped one of my snipers, and that makes this personal.
Okay.
Also, he's got
content
a
warning.
And he's damn
Yeah,
good.
sorry, I was not expecting this.
He either rapes or burns every living thing he gets.
Okay,
yeah,
we
sorry,
get the
sorry,
idea. Can I
guys.
chainsaw him already?
Close to killing him, and that's little Buster. So he says, anyway. Maybe it's bullshit, but I'd still ask him about it.
Who is little
Bounty
Buster?
hunter. Talks big, but he's still alive, so he can't be completely full of shit. I think he's out in the
I
yard.
don't want to
waiting
talk
claim
to
a
little
couple
Buster
bounties.
about this, even though it could probably give us more experience points.
One more thing. If you want the full reward, you need to bring me a recognizable head. My superiors need proof they're gone. That means no headshots, no decapitations till after they're dead, and no damage to the face. If you want to be safe, aim for
Okay,
the
so
chest.
chainsaw to the
Bring me a
groin.
head that looks like a rotten tomato. hold me down, and I won't be
I
authorized
mean,
to
that
pay the
solves
entire
part of the
bounty.
problem.
Good luck to you, and don't get careless.
So we have to be
Okay,
careful when
not
we're
a su-
chainsawing.
Not a super chat, but Zenith, now that you're a Spectre, insist on art people make fan art of you as a rabbit in N7 armor. I would love that, but also I would love a picture of me as a ghost bunny. I've already had some fantastic fan art from my fans in the past. I am always super grateful, especially Sephiroth Wolf. Love when I get fan art, so thank you so much to anyone who's done that so far. Prince of the Fat 2, ever read Star Wars The High Republic?
I have not, sorry.
CJ Moody, regarding Danny Fenlin's last super chat, I think he's referring to someone still working because they don't realize they're dead. Beetlejuice. I mean, that's my prime example right there. But also Among Us. Phil Thizer, Flash can steal speed from other beings, so he would always be faster because he has his speed and Sonic speed, which Sonic just has his speed.
Good point.
But does Sonic have the Speed Force or something differently? Because he taps into the Speed Force, not Sonic's speed.
I'm gonna save here as we get closer, just in case we need to reload chainsawing him into pieces.
Okay. Now that I'm a Spectre, does that mean you travel the galaxy and chase enemies of Council? No, it means I'm Danny Phantom, just in a bunny costume. Yes, fan art of Zen in his Danny Phantom costume, but with a Z on the chest. That would be ideal if you can, but no pressure. You don't have to. Sonic has the rings. If you give Sonic a ring, then he can do anything, and he could roll around at the speed of sound. Speed Force users can steal speed from non-Speed Force users. That seems weird to me, but okay. Danny Fenlin, Jorji at Powdergangers. So trying to blow me up. The only person who blows up is me. Blows me up is me. Pulls out dynamite. Good luck trying to kill me when I'm already dead. Waiting for Zach Fett super chat. Judge Zenith, she is the law. I am the law. Law. One of my friends was posting, like, there was this movie Claw, and because of the way they did the font, it just looks like Law, and I'm just like, I am the Claw.
Your pain spike armor.
ZachFet92, I've heard some people speculate on this, and I'm interested to hear your opinions. Do you think the MCU villains could have beaten Thanos?
I only know so much about this concept because like there's a Marvel villain involving like creatures known as phantoms, and like, assuming I'm thinking of the right thing here, they're asking. I could have beaten Thanos. Sorry, never mind. I thought you said they were phantoms. Do you think MCU villains could have beaten Thanos? Someone's saying Ultron, maybe, but.
I don't know. It's hard because, like, here's the thing, and a lot of people say that, like, on his own, Thanos is pretty strong, and I'm like, nah, he needed the Power Stone to win that first fight. I think that if he had the stones, it would be a different story, but if he didn't have the stones, then Ultron could have won. Prince of the Fat 2. What about Sixth Sense Bruce Willis? Also, that's a spoiler. You're getting a timeout. It doesn't matter if you say money. There is a rule for no spoilers.
The reason why I'm kind of iffy about that is that movie is like 20 years old.
Still, some people haven't seen it. I mean, my cutoff is a year, but I still don't, like, when people just jump in and said blank killed blank and, like, you know, blank was the name of the sled, it kind of upsets me because it undercuts the idea of spoilers.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Here, I need you to, Eddie, take this armor.
Take all the armor.
Because I wouldn't mind having some, you know, heavy armor and stuff like that, but, like, but it's heavy. That metal armor, come on.
Like, if it's the primary twist of the movie and the movie doesn't, like, read as well with while you spoil that twist, that's bad. That's all I'm saying.
Hard to say when it comes to the Sixth Sense, actually.
Anyway, Sergeant Bun Buns has an itchy trigger figure. I'm sorry, but I only timed you out. So...
And for those who are just joining us, if you have not voted yet, you can still vote. If you're a patron, you can vote in Event Comics Month 4. Today is the last day to do so. You can determine what event comics I cover in March of next year.
This is a good point. Link Virus says, might I suggest an elaboration on the spoiler rule? Anything less than X time should not be mentioned at all. Anything past that should be preceded with spoiler warning. I agree. My cutoff is 1 year for not mentioning. And I think that's fair. 1 year, don't mention it. Anything past that, just issue a spoiler warning at least before I say it. Because I don't want people to be shouting at me, oh, you spoiled this piece of media for me.
Pretty much, yeah. Minimum 1 year, preferably something that's 5 or 10 years old is safe.
Hello. I see you're still alive, and that's promising. Any luck on that bounty?
What don't claim about that?
That right. Yeah, that's Cook. Ugh, did he always smell like
I feel kind of bad because Veronica was the one who killed him.
The fiends let this guy touch their food? Well,
I wanted to chainsaw him, but you know what, Veronica, I'll let you get this one.
She'll be glad to know he's dead. Here's your caps.
Well, need more open bounties.
Damn right I do.
Let me take a driver Neffy.
You've got some guts, I'll give you that. Nephi is one tough son of a bitch. You let him get close, and he'll take your head off.
Don't worry, we're experts
My
on
advice
this.
is this. Talk to Lieutenant Gorobets. He's in charge of Alpha Team, 1st Recon, snipers. If you're lucky, you can lure Nephi into the open and the sharpshooters can bring him down. You bring me the head, you'll still get the bounty. It's a better bet than trying to take Nephi one-on-one, but it's your call.
Take on the 5 first on our own. Thank you. Where's 1st Recon?
Out in the yard.
Got it.
You've gone after the fiends before.
Goodbye. Yeah, I'm taking him on.
Fenlon.
I got the chainsaw. I'm happy to take him on my own.
Thoughts on Family Guy leaving Adult Swim?
I do not think about Family Guy at all because I don't like it. So I have no thoughts on it leaving Adult Swim at all. Sorry.
Yep. Just non-super chats and the thing. Why would Ultron turn himself into the Infinity Gauntlet? I don't know how that would work exactly. I think you need some biological components in order to use the stones.
Could Vision have used the Infinity Gauntlet?
Who?
Vision. Could Vision have used it?
That is a question. I'm not sure because it's only the people who have used it have been humans who have been modified or have been celestial-style beings.
Or at least have enhanced strength.
Yeah, I think you need to at least have humanity, but you also need to have, like, higher level to use it. The fact that Tony used it in it was a big thing.
Things didn't go well for him.
Yeah. So let's see what else. What would I do with an Infinity Gauntlet? I would allow myself to live for happily and healthily for a long time without the need for all this money. Like I don't want to do anything major with it. I just want to be happy and healthy. I'm a ghost bun. I don't really have much in the way of health. Although it's getting better lately. It has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, there's a couple things I'd probably do with the Infinity Gauntlet. Mostly just improving the universe in general.
Big Jack Films. Hey Lewis, happy belated Batman Day. I wanted to know your thoughts on the upcoming Matt Reeves film and the new theme the composers got planned.
I have not heard anything about the new theme, but Matt Reeves' Batman the movie looks fine. I mean, I don't have a huge desire to see it because we've already gone through so many Batman related stuff so much as of late. There's a lot of people here. We need a chainsaw.
Okay, we have a content warning here. Don't talk to Corporal Betty. She's had encounters with the fiends. Okay.
Yeah, I think Corporal Betty was the one they recommended we talk to try to get advice on the last guy. So
yeah,
we should be good unless Corporal Betty is actually someone held prisoner here or something.
And yes,
hey, which one of you is Jeffy?
I would use the time stone to get all my work done on time for once. And yeah, you do have a point. Vision is essentially one of the stones, so I could see Vision. I can't see Ultron because he's a mechanical person with personalities, but he doesn't have anything enhanced about it. It's just machinery.
Oh, good, you're Neffy. Golf driver. Oh yeah, we're taking
golf
that.
Driver.
Yeah, because apparently his big thing is using a golf driver to kill people.
Gorn's X, I'm waiting for your thing.
You know, some days you just gotta, take a step back and drink a nice, refreshing Nuka-Cola after you kill some fiends.
Gorn ZX, thoughts on Quentin Reviews Part 2 of iCarly? I haven't seen it. I've only seen Part 1. I can give my thoughts on that.
It was very good. I'm glad he was able to get it back up again. When you put in that much work on a project, for especially something that long, I'm glad that he was able to get it back up relatively quickly after I think was it Viacom that took it down for a while.
Yeah, it's always a struggle with that sort of thing, and with the amount of work that he put into both these reviews for 5-hour reviews, he deserves to have them up. Before I say anything, I do want to say I like Quentin Reviews. The iCarly one was the first one I saw, and I think he has charm and charisma. He's great at what he does. The only problem I have a little bit with is the conclusions don't really seem to be there, as in, he doesn't seem to have very much of, hey, this is why this is good, this is why this is bad. He's very in-depth with analysis and all the other stuff that he talks about. I'm really staggered by the depth of the review, but I was wanting a little bit more on, okay, why is Season 1 better than Season 3, or why is Season 3 better? I didn't think I got that, but then again, this is coming from someone who just saw only the iCarly review and a little, and I saw some of the other review.
Yeah, his stuff was mostly retrospective versus review-based things.
Which is fine. I don't mind that. I just was expecting more review-based. I don't know why, but, maybe because reviews is in the title, Quentin Reviews. But I still like it. I still sat there for 5 hours, so that's not a knock against him, and I really do like the content. I preferred the format for his YouTube reviewer movies one, because I think he did a great job in analyzing why things were good and bad and in forming an opinion. But that's just me. That's my preference.
Prince of the Fat 2, sorry for the last chat. I thought since it was old, people knew the ending. Yeah, I get what you mean. We were I don't know if you stuck around a bit after that, but we did talk a bit about that, whether or not it was okay or not to spoil it and everything. Professor Harmless, hey folks, friend is doing 45 days of Halloween. Need some recommendations for Halloween flicks. Doesn't need to be horror, just match the theme. Okay, let's throw out a bunch of horror movies. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. If you don't like zombie stuff, Exorcist, Exorcist 3. Do not watch Exorcist 2 unless you want to be bored, confused, and laughing. Let's see what else. The Halloween movies, obviously. And all of its 5 timelines. City of the Living Dead, if you want, because that's also a fun one. That's City. Actually, am I thinking of City of the Living Dead, or am I thinking of City of the Dead, or AKA Horror Hotel, which is a great public domain horror movie with Christopher Lee.
Drake EC, you can close the chat by refreshing the page. I don't think you can close the chat itself, but like the best way to do is refresh the page for any like lag on your end. And when December rolls around, check out Quentin's analysis of the Rankin Bass cinematic universe. I definitely will. And I'm gonna check out his Fred reviews because I never liked Fred.
Incredible.
I've never really liked Fred, and I want to see the thoughts. The one thing I want to see, and I know he's never going to do it, is a Drake and Josh retrospective, because everything that happened, he's not going to do it. It's unfortunate, but I would like to see his thoughts on Drake and Josh and Ned's Declassified, which Ned's, I think, would be a little bit more up his alley.
The thing about the Fred retrospective that's interesting to me is because I had never heard of Fred back in the day. I only knew of Fred's existence because Mike J, back when he was doing Shameful Sequels, did look at the Fred movies, and I was like, oh my god, this is the most annoying thing in the world. I don't understand why anyone would like this. But I did not realize that was homegrown YouTube talent kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That's where where it had started from. And as a result, seeing this interesting history of this actor who played Fred and his character and him growing up and doing all this stuff and the various bits of Fred lore that transferred over from one continuity to the next.
For me,
Just
it's a lot
fascinating look of a part of YouTube history that I was not aware of.
I'm looking forward to seeing it because I never liked it. Like the same reason I didn't like The Annoying Orange is because I found it annoying just to watch. But I always what I liked so much about the iCarly review said stuff about like that I wouldn't have even picked up on, about how like behind the scenes stuff and stuff that went on with it and what actually they said during the I Go to Japan special. So that's what Quentin's good at.
We're apparently at Vault 3.
Vault 3.
Like somewhere around here must be the entrance.
I'm behind on Super Jacks.
Yeah, you focus on that while I deal with the fiends.
Did you get Professor Harmless's one?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just
it's all good, take your time.
Reminiscing. Professor Harmless, I'll trade you guys with one recommendation: Space Invaders 1990. Emperor Seth, I spent basically my entire weekend playing and talking about Deltarune Chapter 2. No spoilers, obviously, but I thought it was very good. That's awesome. Not a super chat headbanger, also known as Hardcore Kid. You hate my enchilada! I miss Crazy Steve. He was probably one of the best parts of Drake and Josh. Continuing on. Yeah, I know iCarly and Fred crossed over, and I was basically Freddy in that episode. I'm like, I don't get the joke, and it's the same episode every single time. There
is continuity to Fred, believe it or not.
I know, but it's like
it's weird.
For me, it feels like the same formula over and over, where it's just this thing happened. It reminds me of Ed, Edd and Eddy. But if it was like dialed up to 11 and like there is continuity, but a lot of it is just annoying antics by this kid. Mario, Quentin's overview of the downfall of the History Channel are my favorite videos of his. Man, History Channel has jumped 11 sharks at this point. I agree. I need to see that review. I've been trying to expand my horizons because I haven't watched a lot of newer reviewers in a while. But I started watching Scott the Woz due to Linkara, because Linkara said Scott the Woz was great, and everyone mentioned the iCarly videos for Quentin reviews. I love Scott the Woz. I can sit and watch any video of Scott the Woz, no matter how long, and still be engaged. And I think Quentin Reviews puts so much time and thought into his reviews, especially, like, he bought the iCarly merch. He bought the iCarly, like, a microphone and video cassette. Like, there's just some things that I wouldn't have expected, and I think
who would do an iCarly retrospective with the officially iCarly branded camera?
Yeah.
Who else?
Here are some tips on the DVD of how you can be a YouTuber.
God, the ancient web. Like, not even that ancient web. It's more like just ancient YouTube and video product and online media in general back during that time. Just like the fascinating thing, because I never watched iCarly. I was outside of the age demographic at that point. Just like so many things that nowadays are commonplace. We're addressing that they probably weren't even like thinking about stuff like Patreon, but it was still a thing. But they predicted it.
Yeah, unequivocally. They're saying not to go into Vault 3. It'll make doing a quest harder later.
Gotcha. And even then, I can't seem to get into it anyway, considering it's apparently activated elsewhere. So back on the hunt for Violet.
And let's see. I have played The Darkness. It was very hard, but that was back when I was just starting. And I think one thing that I have to praise Quentin for is that that sort of dedication to like every single bit that he does. I definitely appreciate, like, you know, just going for it and trying everything out, and also making a joke like, that's Phaelus slander. That was my favorite joke of the review, because like no one wants to hear a review like this. That is straight up Phaelus slander. And it's like, he's very good at keeping your attention and building jokes, and I'm fine with that. So again, none of what I said is a knock against any of these reviewers. I went into it thinking that something else would have happened, but I got something a little bit different than I bargained for. So I'm going to watch more Quentin. Definitely enjoying the stuff, but Scott the Woz is fire, and you should all watch Scott.
Fiend territory. Can't stop here.
We can't
Fiend
stop
country.
We both had the same thought at the same time.
You know what my next thought is?
What?
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw. And you too should expand. You should expand the reviewers you watch. I hear this girl called Zenith Warrior Princess. She runs this channel called the Bun Squad, and she streams the Bun Squad live. I hear she's very good, and I hear that this new review on Danganronpa that is 3 hours long is going to be coming out very soon, within the next month. So you should maybe check that out if you'd like.
That sounds good. People should watch that thing, because it is good, and we like the Zenith. Thank you.
That Zenith is a good person. This has been a shameless plug. I'm sorry, guys. I do a lot of work.
No, we weren't paid to read this.
This stream is not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend or G Fuel.
I mean, not yet. All right, so I have acquired Violet's head and Violetta, which is apparently like her favorite dog or something. I got its brain. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it though. Dakota Doyle, have you found Vault 69? Nice, but no.
Nope. In relation to that, Zenith is good in quality. Thank you. SKHS Video Productions, Chainsaw plus Bulbasaur equals Linkara's favorite Pokemon.
Hells
we
yeah.
know that much.
Man, imagine a Krabby with chainsaw hands.
But in relation to that 69 comment, I have created the formula for what it's like being a VTuber, and this is a proven formula that I have found, and I will read it off to you if I can find it on my tweets, because I'm okay. Let me summarize being a VTuber. It's 10% charisma, 30% technical knowledge and ability to make the streams run properly, 20% graphic design and aesthetics, 5% being bad at math, 35% stamina and energy in gaming ability, and 69% girls. Must adore girls. And that adds up, believe me, to something like 100%. I don't know. I'm bad at math.
I've got the Beastie Boys girls song stuck in my head now.
Girls.
Well,
Girls.
Really
Oh my God,
girls. Girls.
Girls. All I really want is girls.
Bounty?
I want to
Shoes.
claim a bounty.
If that's true,
Oh my God,
you're the
shoes.
last of them. God damn it. That's Violet, all right. You made me one happy son of a bitch, you know that? Here, this is the bounty I put on her head. It's yours. You've been one hell of a stroke of good luck, you know that? Those three
Cha-ching.
scumbags probably killed 20 NCR troopers. And you bring them down alone. Wish I had a few grunts as good as you. Damn good working with you.
I have played Darksiders. It's on my list of games to talk about for Midnight Combo Pack. Darksiders is really, really good.
Alright, stats. How are we doing? We need another 600 or 700 experience points to level up and get our lockpick skill up the way we need it. Do not make fun of a super mutant for taking the bunny slope. Noted, Professor Harmless. 777. Zenith, not evil, good bunny, is a good, not evil bunny. I mean, I'm getting a lot of questions about not being evil that are answered by my shirt that says not evil.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I am not evil, but, you know, I sometimes randomly turn into a bunny when we're at lunch. And I'm sorry, Lewis, I have to ask you to pay for lunch again. I'm in bunny form, and somehow when I turn into a bunny, my pants disappear. I don't know where the wallet goes, but it comes back when I return to human form.
Convenient that you keep doing that every time we go for lunch. Just
Look,
really convenient
okay.
that you always turn into a bunny when that happens.
I can control it. I can only control it on Saturdays.
Uh-huh.
I
I totally believe you.
also it doesn't help that I turn into a
was
bunny
the free bounties
whenever.
the only one I could really do? Because we need to get a little bit more experience points. Prince of that too. After the stream, go watch Hell of a Boss. It's that good. I have heard good things about it. Daniel Branch, they like you. The NCR really, really likes you. Jedi Protector Zen, check out Joe Cat's channel on Final Fantasy XIV and D&D.
Nice. And Fruity Groovy. If we're talking about reviewers, I recommend Radical Soda. I suggest his PS2 era reviews and Sonic reviews. Linkara has a medical condition. Yeah, I do. Whenever someone compliments me, I turn into a bunny. How am I supposed to control that?
So you're saying I should be insulting you all the time when we're at lunch?
I mean, I don't know. I still have to figure out how this quirk works. It's a very weird quirk. Is the reviewer still around? I thought Martial Horror had stopped, unless I'm thinking of someone else.
Really, what I'm trying to figure out is where we should... You want experience? Go to the ski lodge. Where is the ski lodge? 'Cause I'm all in favor of going to a ski lodge. We've had a very difficult time. Us going on a ski vacation is not a bad idea.
Zen. Lewis, where are my pants?
Hey. Sir, Cy Redfield, I'm on Jeffrey Combs' brain rot right now, so I dare ask, if all of his characters that you know of were in a death match, who would win?
Quirk fluff with pride.
I'm inclined to say Wei Yun, but only because after everyone else is already dead, Wei Yun would just be cloned again. A few other questions, one involving interrogating captured Legionnaire, recovering the body of a trooper's husband, and stopping a saboteur. I'm all in favor of that. Do you know where I can go to get to it? Northwest Jacobstown. God, I wish they had like a listing of everything. Where is Jacobstown located?
Jacobstown.
Northwest corner. Which, yeah, so we're going to have to do a bit of exploration.
Oh, it's those dudes with a hat. I'm thinking of Martial Horror, which used to a person who used to review reviewers. Reviewer is probably those dudes with a hat, and those are different.
Right, Vault 22 is as
There's a
far
lot of
out as we
people.
go, so let's see if we can find. So let's see if we can like find this northwest corner and everything. Yeah. But yeah, we'll do some exploration. Exploration will give us will net us some experience anyway.
The crater-like outline on the world map is where you find Jacobstown.
Crater-like outline. Yes. Okay. So due west of us.
We shall go west.
Go west, young chainsaw.
And this time, we can actually go east. That's west, Patrick. And there's a change of scenery. Wow. I thought this was all one big wasteland.
The ski lodge, Jacobstown. Just follow the main road heading northwest of the main city. All right.
A teenage wasteland.
All this just so we can get to an area we technically already could reach.
God.
Jorji just likes doing some diversions. He wants to see more of the world after being trapped in the old world blues for so long.
Dakota Doyle, during one of your group streams, have you thought of the board game Red Dragon Inn on the Steam Tabletop Simulator?
I have not. I didn't even know there was a tabletop simulator. That's actually kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. I mean, we could probably do it as a one-off, like how we do Among Us streams, which we need to do Among Us for October, at some point.
I can see us doing a spooky Among Us stream for October.
I miss being sus, Bunny.
Because usually I just do them as an in-between stream because Fallout has taken so long.
Fallout has taken the longest time out of any streams, and I thought Mass Effect was long, but we didn't technically do everything in Mass Effect. We spent a lot of time just doing the regular stuff. And 7 Seraphim 7 also vouches for Red Dragon Inn, so yeah. I mean, I know Seraphim, if they vouch for it, okay, I can look into it.
There's a main road that way.
I have been a mod a long enough time to start recognizing your names, which is a scary thing. It should be, because I am a bunny, and if I start thumping my feet and I recognize you, there will be bun to pay.
Let's see, let's get in. I think we've been poisoned, so I think we need to take an antidote real quick here. Anti-venom, there we go.
Maybe it was a poisonous snake.
Poisonous Cazador, actually. So I know what you're referencing. Man, did Paul ever put his old King's Quest I think it was 5 Let's Play out there? Now there's a blast from the past. Back in the day when we used to do Let's Plays on Tigwatig, there was this kind of unspoken rule that we did where, like, after a long enough Let's Play where people enjoyed it and there was lots of jokes and stuff, we'd have to end it with some kind of real life skit. And I wanted to do that for Followers Safe House. I wanted to do that for the Let's Play of Elite Force, but I was so busy at the time I never got around to doing it.
So
oh no!
The storyline bit is
Infinity with Caesar's Legion, guys! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Looks like Caesar's Legion are hailing right now.
Legionary Assassin, where are you going? I need to apologize! I need to make up for it! Here, let me give you my chainsaw! Oh no!
I'm apologizing with my chainsaw.
Oh no! This guy's annoying me.
Hey, no bribing the bunny.
Get back
No
here.
bribing the bunny, Nick. All right. Siren Field. To be fair, Herbert West somehow comes back to life between movies with no explanation because sequels. Also, Reanimator trilogy for late night double feature.
I want to say I have Reanimator Night on my big list of things to replace on the wheel.
Not a super chat. Zen. I'm thumping. That's why they call me Thumper. I do thump my feet when I get angry. I will thump. And let's see. Mike Manhattan. Have you read Jake Michael Straczynski's Midnight Nation or Rising Stars?
I am
also,
not, but I am aware of them.
Are there any modern Image comics that you like?
Not really. None that I'm actively reading. I know there are good ones out there. It's just there's nothing that really. Sorry, I just read Death Scene's regular chat message there. No, I have not read any of them. I do know they exist. Stuff like Invincible and whatnot. I'll just read this off. You know, was it Death Scenes? No, it was Sebastian Emons. Lewis sounds like Christopher Walken from Country Bear when he's crushed in this model of Country Bear Hall. Oh no! Country Bear Hall has been crushed!
Oh no! I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron. This guy. The Ripper. He's on
Mark Burgle, after many weeks of not being able to catch a stream, I returned just in time to see Caesar's Legion assassin getting a chainsaw to the face, as it should be. Take my money, glory to New Arstotzka. Yeah, you've missed a lot. We massacred the Legion. We killed Caesar.
It hailed Caesar.
We rendered unto Caesar. And we still got Veronica and Eddie. Right now, we're just trying to get some experience points to level up. So we decided, you know, it's time for a little vacation for Jorji. So we're gonna go find a ski lodge.
God, we have created so much lore for Zenith Bun Buns this day. Do I get knocked down and then get up again? No one's ever gonna keep me down. I get knocked down and I get up again. Never gonna keep me down.
Pissing the night
I drink
away.
A whiskey drink and drink a vodka drink. God, I love that song. But yes, this is the Zenith lore stream. If you want to learn some precious Zenith lore, come watch this stream.
Dakota Doyle, one of the characters you can play as in Red Dragon Inn is a crazed rabbit that is a wizard's familiar.
I love it. I love it. I want it.
Okay, we're still on the main road here.
7 Seraphim 7. The game is a strategic card game where you are a D&D adventurer party post-dungeon crawl celebrating at the titular inn. Last one to remain conscious and not lose all their money wins. Ooh.
Mark Burgle, yes, we did have Boone around when we killed Caesar, but, like, it didn't seem to make any difference, if I recall correctly. We did follow the advice and grab Boone for that, but nothing seemed to happen with it. Oh, yay, 5 experience points. Thanks for whatever the hell you guys killed.
The only Caesar I like is Zeppeli, and that's how it should be. Although it's funny because it should... Like, technically it's Zeppeli, but it's supposed to be named after Zeppelin. Like Led Zeppelin.
You know what? This is a change of scenery. The mountains here look, you know, more foresty. I kind of enjoy it.
And now we are entering Resident Evil 8, it seems.
We're just having a nice, you know, mountain trip after so much hardship we've had to endure.
Oh, it's a giant. It couldn't be a giant deadly mantis.
There's one thing we were sure of. It wasn't a giant deadly mantis. Giant Deadly Mantis was the first MST3K of the Sci-Fi Era show that I ever watched, and I just started watching it regularly again from there. So it will always have a special place in my heart, even though the latter half of the movie just like goes downhill. The first half is fun. Especially with the terrible scientists who don't know what the hell they're talking about, but, you know, movie scientists. But the later half of the movie is just kind of boring stuff, as it feels like we missed a bunch of movie in it. But, man, the jokes, they were just on fire throughout the first half of that episode. Especially the very beginning, where we just have this sudden weird educational lesson about radar defense systems in Canada that we use to guard against the commies.
Oh my god, not a super chat, that one a-hole. Guess Jorji is in the Mountains of Madness now.
Hey! I finally read In the Mountains of Madness, or at least an adaptation of it, and goddamn, I am still shocked that has not been made into a movie yet. Guillermo del Toro wants to make a movie for In the Mountains of Madness, but it's not like it's a huge, heavy effects heavy movie. It could have been done ages ago, and it's actually definitely one of the creepier ones from Lovecraft stuff, because there's a lot of mystery behind it. So I'm just shocked that it has never been adapted.
I'm going to get to the super chats in just a second, but we have to answer this. What is that skull used in the Dresden Files review? That's from The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra.
Basically, Lost Skeleton of Cadavra is a movie from, I think, 2001. It's basically a parody of 50s B movies, combining a bunch together. It's hilarious. I highly recommend it. They made a sequel to it called The Lost Skeleton Returns Again. And then there was and then they tried to make a third one, and they tried to crowdfund it, called The Lost Skeleton Walks Among Us. It unfortunately did not make its goal, but to promote it, they did videos of the Lost Skeleton, who is now just a skull, doing various, talking about, we want you to support this movie, but do not do so in the help the director, Larry Blamire, because he's a terrible, awful person. Larry Blamire is the guy who does the voice of the Lost Skeleton. So unfortunately, the crowdfunding never happened, but the videos for that are still up, and it's full of some hilarious lines that I've sprinkled throughout videos occasionally, like, finally, a human who isn't stupider than watercolors. Anyway, get back to the super chats before I enter into our vacation destination here.
Sidekick Nick 4, scariest video game.
Scariest video game. Probably one of the Silent Hills, in my opinion.
PT.
PT's put it up there, yeah.
It's one of the scariest that I've played. SKHS Video Productions, when is the next PO unboxing? Also, Quack.
The next PO unboxing hopefully will be soon. I want to get one before the end of September. No guarantees, though.
And everyone's asking if this is when is the next PO unboxing? Is this when's the next History of One Piece?
Professor Harmless, what's PT? PT is short for Playable Trailer, that was made several years ago by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. Basically, it wasn't revealed until you actually beat PT, which it was this looping hallway. Very good graphics on it, where you had to solve the way to get out of this loop and escape out into the world. And when someone finally did do that, it was revealed. My printer suddenly decided to turn on real quick there. When it was finally revealed, I guess Viga's printing something. When that was finally revealed, is that it was the trailer for Silent Hills, the Silent Hill game that they were making, and unfortunately, Konami canceled it because Konami is Konami, and Konami is the worst.
Yeah, essentially, they had this video game pretty much already in production with Norman Reedus, Guillermo del Toro, and Kojima, and essentially, Konami cut their ties with Kojima, and they couldn't do it anymore. Yep. So yeah, it sucks. But I still have it on my console. PT is one of the scariest games I've ever played, and I got the secret ending first try.
And what's worse is awesome. they actually took it down off of stores. So it's one of those cases where it's kind of become lost media just because they removed it from stores, and actually, like, I think they tried to remove it from people's PlayStations as well. Like, if you had already downloaded it, they were trying to remove it from there as well. But it hasn't been
confirmed. There were rumors that, like, if you deleted it, you couldn't get it back. But I haven't confirmed that because I've never deleted it. People sell their PS4s with PT for a lot of money. I'm keeping it because at some point I do want to do, like, an actual, like, review and look back at PT. Because I did a Let's Play where I actually went through and got the ending with the secrets and whatnot. It's really interesting. It's great atmosphere, but it's just it's media that's lost.
Yep.
T. William CA, what is criteria for the movies on the wheel for late night double feature?
Basically, it has to be a horror movie. And I have to find a way to connect two movies on a vague theme together. I'm saving right here. Do we want to get... I suppose we could go for another half hour, at least get the quest here.
Professor Chaos, I'm searching for your thing.
You're free to walk around.
And yes,
Don't stare at the Nightkin, don't like people looking at him. So yeah, we found our ski lodge is actually owned by super mutants.
Keep it to yourself.
And don't kill them, they're good people.
Well, they're not going to threaten me. We're not going to do anything.
Such as...
What's the history of
was a
Jacobstown?
resort pre-war. I renamed it to Jacobstown after an old friend. Died a long time ago. I figured us mutants needed a place to call our own. Town's far enough away from humans so they don't bother us much. One of these days I'm hoping we can trade with the rest of the wasteland. No more fighting, just get along.
We of New Arstotzka are all about peace and harmony, so it is nice to meet friendly people like yourself. I'd like to know about you.
Was part of a super mutant army. Ran a town, walked the wasteland with a tribal. Now I'm here.
Let's talk about something else. Any town rules I need to know about?
Same as any civilized town. Don't start any fights or steal anything. We'll treat you fair. Not a lot to ask.
Apparently this is Michael Dorn doing the voice. The audio is kind of down for me. What's wrong with the Nightkin?
Nightkin suffers schizophrenia from the stealth boys they're always using. One of the reasons I settled Jacobstown was so they could be cured.
Nice. Always
While
good to
they're
see
in
Michael
town,
Dorn
the
doing
Nightkin
stuff.
aren't allowed to have stealth boys, so their craziness doesn't get
Also,
worse.
all praise
Trouble
be
is, the
to
Nightkin
James
don't
Stephanie
like being
Sterling.
invisible either. They don't take being exposed too well.
Alright, goodbye.
They are wonderful, and that is the correct gender. They are wonderful.
So yes,
anyway,
we are now in Jacobstown. Hey, we now have our vacation resort.
Professor Chaos 56. Zen saying, I got knocked down like that, reminded me of the Futurama joke where William Shatner did a spoken word version of the real Slim Shady. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please.
Please stand up.
Stand up.
Please stand up.
Please stand up.
Alright, should we call it for the night? Because I did say I wanted us to go an hour and a half.
Yeah, we can do that. But I just want to thank all the wonderful people. You have witnessed Bun lore in the making. Perhaps one day this Bun lore shall feature on my show or Lewis's. We will find out one day when I turn into a bunny.
I mean, I could keep going. I'm just like we did come all this time just to get to the lodge.
I mean, if you want to keep going, I have nowhere to be, so.
You know, yeah, cap off the night with a level up. Let's explore around. Let's at the very least.
One was enough.
At the very least, let's try to find there was a we need to go out of Jamestown because Jacobstown because our thing was there's an area where you have to go to kill things, right?
Yep. CJ Moody. The state of PT is one of the many reasons why I'm a big proponent of physical media. That game should have come out on a demo disc. I'm such a huge proponent of physical media because, in general, like, the people in charge don't care about video game preservation. The head of Sony, Jim Ryan, basically said, why would people want to play old games? They don't care about game preservation. And I'm just like, I go back and play old games because they're still worth playing. And I feel like, you know, so many really good digital-only games just get destroyed after a while. And I'm just like, I don't want that. Physical media is forever. I want these games to last.
Nightkin and the Straw Hat. They bottom
Straw
level,
Hat.
do they say?
Luffy?
I guess.
Dragonfan 209. Fact, the real-life ski lodge burned down twice.
Nice. Well, not nice, but you know what I mean. Interesting, I should probably say. Nightkin!
And there are some games that won't ever be shown again, and I'm just like, I want my games. I want people to remember how things were back then.
That guy is just like that head of Sony who said that, just like incredible how much they do not understand, gaming and why people would want to play old games. But the graphics look so terrible. You don't. Do you not understand? There's more to games than graphics.
Like it's so much more than that, and it gets me because like I played so many games that have just okay graphics, but I still play them because they're a part of like time, and it goes against.
Near the Brahmin.
I somehow managed to get a PS5. PS5's free downloadable game is Astro's Playroom, a celebration of every single thing that came before it. And here's the CEO, who put out this game saying old games don't matter. I'm like, the developers get it.
Don't you go being silly now. Come over here and give your grandma some sugar.
What do you do in Jacobstown?
I watch over the big horners. They're sweet, gentle creatures, but sometimes they get ornery, just like my grandkids.
Goodbye.
Hi, Lily.
What a nice lady.
But yeah, like,
But Mr. Benny Nananastian, I hope you've realized, Pumpkin, that crime doesn't pay.
Is there anything else to say to them?
I find it so sad that a company can release a game that is as good as Astro's Playroom, that celebrates your legacy, and the head of the company can see that and not understand why people love old school games. Like, just seeing some of the stuff in that and reminiscing is part of it.
We can recruit Lily, apparently.
Oh, God. All right, I need to go back to Super Chats. Mike Manhattan, looking. It's somewhere here. I know it is. Thoughts on modern horror directors like Mike Flanagan, Ari Aster, Robert Eggers, James Wan, and Jordan Peele?
Jordan Peele is phenomenal. James Wan is phenomenal. Mike Flanagan is incredibly good, yeah. I mean, some of those I do not recognize. I'm sorry to say. I did. Witches was actually disappointing to me. I didn't think it was that great. It wasn't awful, but I was expecting a little more from it after all the hype for it. And yeah, Professor Chaos 56. We'll keep an eye out for your super chat. Professor Harmless at Lily equals companion. Talk to Doc and Lodge.
Okay, and also Fruity Groovy asks, Devolver Digital is such a proponent of physical media, they're actually releasing a game called Demon Throttle that is physical only, and that's why we love Devolver Digital.
The Nightkin have varying degrees of mental instability.
Professor Chaos 56.
I've been trying to come up with a cure.
Wait for this.
I'm currently
I want the original Pokemon Snap preserved forever. It was the first game I ever played.
Since they seem to have developed
exactly. Like, yeah, there's the new Pokemon Snap, but like it's not the same thing as the original. I always loved looking at different versions of games because the way they originally came out is usually different.
Mutation is a natural one.
And there for proof. Some humans have looked around as well, but they've come back empty-handed. That's their luck.
Lily might be interested in coming with you. She's lost a few of her bighorners to Night Stalker attacks, and would enjoy a little revenge.
What makes you think the Night Stalker mutation isn't natural?
I've compared the brain chemistry of a Nightkin to one of the local Night Stalkers we killed. They both exhibit similar neurochemical changes. Now, I'm not claiming that Night Stalkers are running around wearing stealth boys, mind you. I just don't think it's all a coincidence.
The Stealth Boy use hurt humans, because we use Stealth Boys a lot.
It's possible, but I've yet to see any hard evidence or hear of any cases where humans were negative.
Pretty Groovy says their super chat might have gotten
negative
skipped.
Effects are more pronounced.
I did read your super chat. Devolver Digital is such a proponent of physical media, they are actually releasing a game called Demon Throttle that is physical only. I got that.
All right, so let's. Should we recruit Lily for this? Because that means we have to send Veronica all the way back to the lucky 38 or whatever.
And also, sometimes remasters are good. Sometimes remasters are bad. I hear bad things about like Secret of Mana, or like certain things. And I feel like or even Battle for Bikini Bottom, got some mixed reactions. And it's like the original game should still be available at the very least, because sometimes the remake or remaster is not as good. And that's why physical media is good, because I still have an entire PS2 collection that I can go back to and see how the original holds up to the remake or how things progress. Because honestly, the PS3 version of the Prince of Persia Sands of Time trilogy is not as good as the original games.
Lily is a fun companion. I just want to know, should we do that, or she should just, because I'm okay with just waiting on recruiting her, just so we can go and do the quest real quick.
Granny Lily can whoop ass.
Yeah, recruit Lily.
Everyone's saying, recruit Lily, okay.
My, but that lucky 38 is a large building. And so fancy.
Yep, and we might bring you, send you there later.
Oh no, dearie. 3 makes a crowd.
Okay, I gotta send Veronica back real quick.
Sorry, Veronica, no one likes you.
I like Veronica.
What's up?
I will agree that the Spyro remakes were good, the Crash remakes were good. I'm just saying remakes and remasters are hit or miss.
Leo.
The Stealth Girl perk. Alright, so let's go investigate this situation and chainsaw some Nightkin.
Warcraft 3 refunded. Oh, Cameron Tive. Yeah, we don't support Blizzard in this house, and I miss when Blizzard made good games, but that was a long time ago. All right, I'm still
games.
waiting
They just
for
treat their
T.
workers
Williams.
horribly.
Yeah. I don't support them, but also their remasters and remakes aren't good because, like, in order to complete them, you have to have pre-ordered and stuff like that. That's really scummy.
I want to get Diablo 2 Resurrected, but I'm not giving them any money while the stuff is still going on.
All right, T. Williams CA is still waiting for... Oh, there it is. It's not just for games. Try to find the original Star Wars. Exactly! We can't find the original cut of Star Wars. My dad's friend has the original VHSs. And that's how I actually originally saw them. And I didn't know about the new cuts, but now we can only find the Netflix versions, which have the crappy CGI.
To be fair, some of the problem with that are actually rights-related issues.
That's true.
There are rights-related issues to the original Star Wars, even going back to A New Hope when it was only the only Star Wars, which is why it's just been one complicated thing after another with it.
Warcraft Remaster was so awful it retroactively corrupted the original game.
Yeah, that's impressive how terrible that was.
Got a problem. Could use your help.
I have seen Spider-Man 2 trailer. I know that Tony voices Venom. I'm intrigued.
Killing our bighorners, shooting at the lodge, that sort of thing. It's getting hard to keep people from retaliating.
Does really mercenaries work for the NCR?
Yes, I can't say for sure if they're NCR. Wherever they are, they want us dead or gone.
What do you want me to do?
You're human. They might be willing to listen to what you have to say. Maybe. I'm not asking you to kill them.
You're not asking me to kill them,
pay
but...
them off if you have to.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
I'm a good guy. I will talk with them and maybe convince them to leave. And if they are not persuaded by money, they will be persuaded by chainsaw.
Yeah, this is a good point, Densetsu, not a super chat, but Activision with their Call of Duty remaster of a game that I wanted, but only if you bought a copy of the latest Call of Duty, and that's really bad.
Go away, you'll have to deal with me, and you'll wish you were fighting super mutants instead.
I've always known when to fight and when to back down, and it seems to me I ought to back down this time. My men and I are leaving.
Is that
You won't
Vega?
see us around here again.
We're doing just fine in here. I just convinced a bunch of mercenaries to stop attacking super mutants.
With chainsaw.
Will do. We'll be done in about 15 minutes.
To get the rest of our pay for this job.
Yes, you are.
Oh, Bear! It's Bear!
Different kind of bear. Why are you still standing here?
Wasteland is better off without him.
Alright.
Muties aren't so tough if you've got the firepower.
Let me get these soup chats. Michael Fields, are the Endless connected to the emotional spectrum of Green Lantern, as the emotion they channel would be aspects of certain Endless, like desire?
I don't know if they've ever tried to. I think they tend to try to keep the Sandman stuff away from most references just because they don't want to piss off Neil Gaiman. Otherwise, I don't think they've ever actually directly addressed that. Draken mentioned Silverflare. Jorji, yes, you're not asking me to kill them. Nudge, nudge, kill, kill.
Nudge, nudge, kill, kill. I love Chainsaw Jorji so much. I think this is the best new addition.
I think we made a great decision with switching over to the chainsaw, even though we put so many points in energy weapons. We still use the layer. It's just sometimes we like to use the chainsaw just a little bit more.
Good. Glad you didn't kill them. Letting them walk away proves we're not bloodthirsty mutants.
Me, on the other hand, I am
NCR
quite
or
bloodthirsty.
anybody else is looking for an excuse to attack
Dub
Jacobstown.
Bears.
They're not going to get it from us.
Hey, we leveled up. Which I think we did. Finally, okay.
Yay!
All right, lockpick.
Lockpick.
10 points in there.
Yay!
What else can we put stuff into?
Melee.
What was that?
Melee weapons. Melee weapons.
Yes, because we need to up our chainsaw. Which is already pretty powerful, but more power to the chainsaw is always a good idea. Professor Chaos 56, I remember the remaster of Fahrenheit looking worse than the original. Someone said look at the local map to figure out where to go for the thing here, which is still quite a bit ways off.
It's up to there. But here's the thing, like, sometimes remasters can work, sometimes colorized versions can work. I like the option, but keep the original too, because, like, It's a Wonderful Life doesn't have the same impact in color for me. I prefer colorless, black and white. I have not played Ghost of Tsushima. I love Sucker Punch, but I haven't played that game yet. It's on my list. First, I need to finish playing all the Ratchet & Clank games. I am currently streaming Rift Apart. We're halfway through, I believe. At least halfway through the trophies. And we have a lot of games to play. We bought too many games, and we have to play them all.
Hey, you're only thirsty for the blood of people who deserve it. NCR? Quit it, okay? Legion or Powder Gangers? Meet Chainsaw. That's pretty accurate. We're only thirsty for the blood of people who deserve it.
Oh, Medieval PS4 has the PS1 version as an unlockable. That's what I like. I don't know if you guys ever played Monkey Island. But I played the original, I played like the remaster of Monkey Island, and you could switch between art styles. You could switch between the old style and the new style, and that's what I like. It's like you get everything that you could possibly want. If you want the new stuff, it's there. If you want the original, it's there. That's what I like.
Yeah, Chainsaw is the great communicator.
Bahamut the Chainsaw. All aboard the game train. Toot toot. I'm not a big Game Grumps fan,
real
but I
quick,
like
and then we'll call it a day. Here, Nightkin.
Too many games and bought an entire convention. Nice. I wish. I'm not going to be able to go to too many games this year.
Neither am I, unfortunately.
I'm sad because I want to actually meet Caddy now that I have actually seen Caddy's videos. Nicholas does a great job. I wanna see some Call Me Johnny again. It's been too long since I've been to a convention. And I do need to play Bug Fables. It's on my list. My long list. There's too many games, guys. like twice as many games as enough games.
Just hold out chainsaw and everything will be fine.
I mean, I play old games even if the mechanics are old. I think it pays to play the older versions first because you get those old mechanics out of the way. But I understand if you don't like those old mechanics, that's fine. But I do think in order to see a franchise grow and evolve as a critic, in order to critique a franchise, I have to know where it came from. I have to know how it improved. And part of being a critic is seeing that these features used to be like this. It's why, you know, the bad faith reviews of the new Candyman gets me, because, like, you haven't seen the original Candyman. Professor Chaos 56, Monkey Island 1 and 2 remastered was my childhood.
I've replayed Pokemon so many times now. All the old ones, too.
Yeah, like, it can work. Old mechanics can still work. I'm gonna play Nickelodeon Brawl All-Stars, but I'm actually looking more forward to the new game that was announced. I forget what it's called, but there's a new SpongeBob game, like Cosmic something, and I'm intrigued because it's by the same people who did their Bikini Bottom remastered. And while I've heard mixed things about the remaster, artistic-wise, this is their own original vision. So I think they're going to have more time with it, which is the problem with the Bikini Bottom remaster. This is Cosmic Shake. That's it. And Destroy All Humans 2, like, God, there's so many remakes that I need to get to, but I want to play the original first, and, like, I want to play Final Fantasy VII before I play the remake. Okay, Mike Manhattan, for me, what do you think happened to Angela Cross and Ratchet & Clank? From what, also the Grim Fandango remaster can switch between old style and new. That's really good. Chainsaw Gabur. I think Angela Cross was retconned. They lampshaded it in All for One, because in All for One there was commentary about how Angela Cross was a Lombax. They're like, I don't know, we weren't sure. So essentially what I think they did was Angela Cross still exists in the universe, but she wasn't a Lombax in order for the future trilogy to make sense. And I think that's what they actually did. Also, Psychonauts 2 is on my list as well. I played the tutorial for Freddy Krueger's birthday. It's really good. So, yeah. Play Psychonauts 2.
Toad's the Geek. I'm going to save the wasteland with the power of friendship and this chainsaw.
With the power
also,
of friendship.
KOTOR remake for next live stream series. No, next live stream series is going to be Pokemon related. I'm going to put up a vote for which game to play eventually, but for now, it's going to be a Pokemon game because we haven't done a Nuzlocke in forever.
I know a Diablo 2 remaster comes out this week, but none of us are
like I said,
getting it.
I want to play that, but I'm not giving Blizzard any money anytime soon.
Yeah, I bought Psychonauts 2 because I've heard really great reviews, and Destroy All Humans 1 had a good remaster, so why not Destroy All Humans 2? Like, Psychonauts 2 from the tutorial I've played, which is 1 hour of game time, and that's a tutorial, is really damn good. So I'm playing it in my own time, and then we're going to stream all through the Psychonauts games because they're really good. Except for the Meat Circus, but they apologize for that.
There we go.
Nuzlocke can have Nuzleaf. The future trilogy does make sense. The future trilogy makes complete sense. Everything takes place in the same continuity. Except for the reboot. The reboot doesn't. The reboot was just an experiment. My favorite SpongeBob episode. God, probably one of the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy ones. The one with Man Ray, there's a couple good Barnacle Boy ones. The ones where they become the Super Friends is a big favorite. But I also really love the one where they turn Man Ray good, and where the meme comes from, because like that's great. So yeah, SpongeBob when they do like stuff based on classic like superhero stuff is really cool.
Oh wow, it's daytime now.
EVIL. Daytime.
Daytime in the mountains. This looks nice. I'm gonna save right here, and I think we're gonna call it a night here. We'll do this mission, then we will go, and then next week we'll probably go back to doing what we were doing before, and actually like try to get back on the main quest line. So yeah, this has been a fun stream. We chainsawed a lot of things, killed a lot of people.
We found out that every villain is lemons.
When life gives you lemons, chainsaw them. Chainsaw and snow.
When life gives you lemons, you make them rue the day they gave you lemons.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, then throw it in their faces until you get the oranges you asked for in the first place. Alright, well, this has been fun. Thank you all for joining us for another installment of Atop the Fourth Wall Plays Fallout New Vegas. After this stream is over with, remember, if you want to become a patron, even as low as $1 will get you access to the Atop the Fourth Wall Discord, and you get to vote during Event Comics Month, which is still going on for at least another 2 hours.
And if you want to check out my stuff, I got channels. Just look up the Bun Squad on YouTube for Zenith Warrior Princess, or Bun Squad Live on Twitch. Zenith Warrior Princess there as well. We do some fun stuff.
Motown Fan 1962. We ate 5 times, slept 6 times, and made a lot of things ours. All right, take care, everybody. Watch out for the Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters review soon, and then DC Challenge number 3. I am technically caught up. You'll see in a bit here, but we're gonna have some fun. But there's gonna be some fun stuff ahead, and of course we got the Ring reviews coming up in October. Look forward to those. Look forward to many, many wonderful things. We will see you next week.
Have a good one, everybody.
Yep, thank you, Zen, for doing your thing.